Welcome back. Today we're going to be brewing a variation of the Malt Miller's Brew with Us Vienna Lager. They did a video a while back inviting everyone to brew along with them and made a kit available. After trying it and speaking with Rob, he said he'd prefer it a bit maltier. So I've made a couple of tweaks to it, and what I've done, I've bumped up the level of Vienna in there whilst lowering the Pilsner. So let's see how that comes out. It's 3,500 grams of Vienna malt, 1,000 of Pilsner. We're going to be using the Saaz Lupo Max hop, and for yeast we've gone with the Lutra, the same as they used in their kit. So join us, I'll get the new brewing system set up and let's brew.
Daft Cat Brewing for Beer. Brewing and event videos.
Before we start, I just want to say this is not intended as a how to brew video. It's not even intended as a how to use the G40 video. This is simply me kicking the wheels on the G40 for my first brew on it, brewing a beer and inviting you to join me. We're keeping it simple today. Like I said, it's a fairly simple Vienna-ish lager. 3,500 grams of Vienna malt, 1,000 of Pilsner, Saaz hops, Saaz Lupo Max hops, and Lutra Kvike. So far we've had great fun because the Grainfather kept insisting it needed to update the controller, but then locking up and refusing to update it. After the last time it did that and I left it on the updating screen for 25 minutes, gave up, turned it off, turned it back on. It came up and said, prepare to mash in. So let's just, there you go. It's still showing the update message even though it's not updated. But yeah, we're now preparing to mash, heating up the mash water and getting ready to mash in. What we have got is 31.1 litres of aero water in there. It's pre-acidified with 1 ml of 85% phosphoric, and we'll be adding 1 teaspoon of calcium chloride to the mash. Keeping it simple for this one, using the Gordon Strong Modern Homebrew recipes type of water treatment, which is always nice and straightforward. And if you haven't read that book, it's so good I've bought it twice because I've lost my first copy of it. I don't know where it's gone, so I've had to buy it again. Right, we'll bring you back once we're up to temperature. We're nearly there. It's been especially nice in this cold weather to be able to stay indoors in the house and monitor the temperature on the app to see when you're getting close. Previously I'd have to either set a timer and come out here and see if it was ready yet or not. Now I can literally just sit there and go, oh, 65 degrees, we're nearly there. There we go, we just had a beep saying strike temperature's been reached. Well, the system will maintain strike temperature until you're ready to start adding grains. That's the grain in. Let's get our pipe in. Now, it felt quite strange adding the grain because I didn't have to worry about a central overflow pipe. And it was nice. So we're all doughed in, there's no dough balls. I put some extra oat husks in just because. Grains are added, calcium chloride's in there. We're about to start the mash and the app's come up saying caution, the pump is about to turn on. Make sure the mash basket is in place and the recirculation hose is attached before proceeding. So yes, okay, and yep, it is indeed going. And again, that's another strange thing for me, there is no top plate. You can get one as an accessory if you like doing high ABV beers, but Grainfather say you don't need one for standard strength beers. So there we go. 1 hour. Mash in. And looking at the... Move you back a bit. Make sure you are in focus. Looking at the thing, it looks like we've gone up to 68 degrees whilst we were doughing in. But it's dropping quite quickly back down to the 65 I've set. So I'll see you again in about an hour. So we're just doing the mash out now. Didn't have any problems, it held a good temperature throughout the mash. We've got 1.040 pre-boil. Yes, well, this lid off my old brew packs boiler is what I always used to put under the malt pipe when I was taking it out to stop any drips, but spot the problem. It's not going to be big enough for this. Looks like we're going to have to get a trug, a medium-sized trug or something to put it in, which is something Reese suggested to me earlier. So thank you for that suggestion, Reese. I think I'm going to have to get one of those ordered. That's draining quite well because I put some oat husks in there, so it's drained out really quick. Just a little bit of dripping. We're just heating up to the boil. We're up to 97.5, so it's time to get the hops sorted. These are the Saz Lupermax. They reckon you'll get the same sort of intensity just using 70% of them compared to T90s. So there's 20 grams of these going in for 60 minutes. Time for a 10-minute addition, which is the other 30 grams of Saz Lupermax, half a Whirlfloc or Protofloc tablet, and half a teaspoon of yeast nutrient. There we go. Just set up with the counterflow chiller. That's currently pumping out into the fermenter. It's coming out about 19 degrees, which will do for me. It's getting pitched with Kvike anyway. But the wort is awful cloudy for compared to other brews I've done in the past. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm sure it'll all drop out in the fermenter, but still. Anyway, that's going to now ferment at, I'll check the pack of Lutra, but I think I had it down to do it at about 28 in centigrade. Being Kvike, we can get away with higher temperatures, and it says it's quite neutral up to around that temperature, so I think that was what I had planned for it. And try it in a week to 2. So that's a brew day done. Beer's in the fermenter. I was surprised how much yeast there was in the Lutra packs. It seemed to be pouring out of there forever compared to, say, a Y yeast smack pack. But that's good. The beer's there. It looks a little low on volume, but it's a new fermenter, so I could be wrong. But the system's all cleaned up, ready to go away. That's the brew day done. The tyres on the unit fully kicked. There's a couple of little niggles with it, but overall I'm very happy. I'm sure you've all got questions. One of those is going to be, how does it compare with the less expensive systems like the Clandestine, Brew Devil, Brew Monk, Hopcat, all those sort of things? The truth is, it all depends what you want from your system. You can produce excellent world-class beers on those systems for less money. They don't have the convenience functions that this system does. It's clean in place, it has the programmable controller. You can sit in one end of the house watching where the system is over a Wi-Fi hotspot in your brewing area without having to be in Bluetooth range. Things like that that don't matter to everyone, but are worth a lot when they do matter. Does it produce better beer than other systems? No, on its own, no. Am I glad I bought it? Am I glad I've upgraded from the other systems? Yes, I'm happy with it. Cleaning it for the first time was a little bit of a faff, getting new to a new process, because instead of just taking the system into the kitchen, upending it by the sink and giving it a quick scrub, I was scrubbing it and draining it and that out here on the floor into a bucket, and it was just a new process that took a bit of learning, but after a couple of brews I'm sure it'll be fine. Now I've kicked the tyres with a simple one. The next one's going to be a competition brew, which will be a split batch. Still trying to decide if I split it 2 or 3 ways, but we'll see how that one comes out. Hope to catch you soon.
Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching Daft Cat Brewing.